Everyone. Now, we had a repertory class long back, so I am not exactly able to remember if this was the last slide or not. Please, someone please confirm if this was the last slide that we had. This was the last slide, right? Now we are going to the theoretical part. The things which you are very confused with these parts. Your questions and all note in which year. But this is what is the introduction of repertory. So you have to read. You don't have any choice. First, we will discuss, then you can take your time and write. Now, first repertory can be dated back as 1805, right, by Hanneman. What was the name of that particular book which can be considered as the first repertory? Yes, 1805. What did Hanneman write? 1805. What was the name of the book published in 1805 by Hanneman?
Fragmented variable.
Fragmentor, right. Just give me a minute. How many medicines were there in Fragmentor? How many remedies were there? Please be interactive. Like, all of you know this. How many medicines were there? Fragmentor.
என்ன கொடுத்தீங்க எப்போ கொடுத்தீங்க
Ma'am, 29.
27, right?
அது வந்து அந்த மூணு இது இருக்குல்ல இது இரும்பு டப்பா அத பாருங்க.
So someone's mic is on. Please put it off.
அந்த முந்திரி வாங்கின ஒரு டப்பா இருக்கும்ல அந்த ஃபிளைட்ல கொடுக்குற டப்பா.
First part has the symptoms. First part has the symptoms in Fragmenta. And the second part, it contains the index. Right. Next, come to the Rackert's repertory. Before this Rackert's repertory, in 1829, Hanneman had wrote a letter to his friend Raman. His friend Raman. That letter, he wrote that how useful it will be a good alphabetical repertory once it is complete. alphabetical. Once it is complete, then comes Prakat. He had started arranging a repertory of remedies, and this was to form the last volume of the chronic diseases. This repertory was based on the last volume of the chronic diseases. This is not published. This is preserved in manuscript form, and it is kept in the Robert Bosch Hospital Museum in Germany. Other than this, Hahnemann has got two other unpublished repertories. One was in 1870 to 18. These things come as questions. Another one in 1828 to 30. This was named in this 1817 to 18. This repertory was named a short repertory in Latin. Short repertory in Latin by Hahnemann. It was unpublished. Then come to Hartlob's repertory. All these years are important. All these are MCQ questions. Whatever you are seeing in the screen is either they have come in some year UPSC or AIPGT or state PSC. So they have come somewhere or not, they have come. I think Hartlob this came in some OPSC. Not sure, but it comes some. This one, then this short repertory in Latin. These are all previous year questions. So have you gone through questions? I had asked you a number of times. Yes or no? Did you go through them? It's been a long time since the first repertory class had been taken, so you have got ample time. Did you utilize that time? Yes or no?
Yes.
Did you go through
Yes,
the
ma'am.
question? Your
Yes, ma'am.
questions? Okay. Have you noted down the new things, the difficulties which you are facing? Have you noted down? At least the subjects which I am covering, try to note it down. So what we can do is, after we complete the syllabus, we will go through those. We'll go through your queries. Okay. Because see, neither it is possible to read the whole repertory, nor it is possible to have a thorough knowledge of organon for MCQs. It is not possible. No one can do that. Even I do not know everything about organon, everything about repertory. No one knows. What we aim for AIPGTs and PSCs is that we stick to particular points. Particular premises are there from which questions come. Now these premises, they keep changing. That is the reason of solving questions. You see from BTPP questions till now, there are many questions. Nowadays, they are keeping from Boric. The Boric, which chapter, rubric hunting they are keeping signal medicines. If you don't go through the questions, how will you understand? Isn't it? So please maintain a note organon report. Whatever new questions you are coming across, and deal with it in class. So Hartlov's repertory, he was a student of Hahnemann. He produced systematic description of the pure effects of remedies. Then there is Weber's repertory. Hartlov's the name of the full repertory, so it is not needed still. Was systematic presentation of pure medicinal effects for the practical use of homeopathic physicians. Weber's Repertory, published in 1830 in German language. Name of the repertory was Systematic Presentation of Antisoric Remedies. This is a very important repertory. Why? Because here the introduction was given by Hahnemann. In this Weber's repertory, introduction was given by Hahnemann. In 1833, another one was there, Dr. Weber Fischer, Repertory of Purely Pathogenetic Effects. Remember this, when it is pure effects, it is Hartloff. When it is purely pathogenetic effects, it is Weber Fischer in 1833. This was also prefaced by Dr. Hahnemann. Another one was published in 1830 by Ruppert, same Ruppert. Systematic Presentation of all homeopathic remedies known so far. So you write it and tell me after. Stop. Tell me after you have this down. Tell yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
When you have done, you should tell them. Now come to Tony person. Person is not that you only have to read. There are many small articles which were small books which were written on it, which equally. First we will go to we will complete them, then we will discuss. But before that, how many of you know how Boni Hussain came into homeopathy? What was the story behind? Who took him? How was he convinced? He was actually a lawyer, right? Yes, anyone? Any ideas?
He is suffering from tuberculosis. One of the homeopath gave him paracetamol, which cures. After that, he converted.
Okay, who cured him? You are right. He was suffering from purulent phthisis in the year 1828. Cured him. who cured him from that? There was a doctor, name was Dr. Vehi. Dr. Vehi was a very dear friend of Hussain. So when he was suffering from purulent phthisis, Boni Hussain thought that he is going to die. He is not going to live anymore. When he wrote a farewell letter to this Dr. Vehi that I am going to die, bid me farewell and all this. What Dr. Vehi did was he took the symptoms of Boni Hussain, and based on that, he prescribed him Pulsatilla 30. After prescribing Pulsatilla 30, based on the symptom similarity, Boni Hussain was cured. Okay, Boni Hussain was cured. So from there, he came to homeopathy. This was the story. This is asked. From here also questions come. Another question which is a bit silly, but still they ask, when did Boni Hussain meet Hahnemann? So he met Hahnemann just 2 years after this in 1830. Met Hahnemann in Now these books, you are already conversant with these books. You know all these things. There is another book you can add to the list, which was written by Boni Hussain, Cure of Cholera and its Prevention, 1831. Cure of Cholera and its Prevention, 1831. Then another one, important one, Aphorism of Hippocrates. Aphorism of Hippocrates is not written by Hippocrates but by Boni Hussain. Aphorism, this comes. Aphorism of Hippocrates, Notes by a Homeopath. This is the full name of the book. Notes by a Homeopath. This was written by Boni Hussain in the year 1863. Now, have you heard of the book Homeopathic Domestic Physician?
Yes.
Who wrote it? Who wrote Homeopathic Domestic Physician? Your question, it came in some PSC. Tell me, who wrote this? Written by who? Don't know. It was written by Dr. Hedin, Dr. C. Hedin, in the year 1835. In this book, he gives a pro forma for quick prescription. Gave a pro forma for quick prescription. Fine. But another book of the same name is also written by Boni Hussain. That is why I brought this up. This is 1835. That was in 1853. You just turn these two letters. So in 1853,
मैम प्लीज रिपीट लास्ट टू लाइंस मैम
which one?
मैम ये होम्योपैथिक डोमेस्टिक फिजिशियन बोनिंगसन की है मैम
Homeopathic Domestic Physician is a book by Henning.
ओके मैम
1835. Gave a pro forma for quick prescription in that book. In 1853, Boni Hussain wrote a book in the same name. The name of that book was Homeopathic Domestic Physician in Brief Therapeutic Diagnosis. In Brief Therapeutic Diagnosis. This was the name of the book written by Morning Hosel. Okay. So more or less, two books are there of the same name. Whenever you are asked that who wrote this, just look the years. If it is 1835, it was written by him. It is 1853, it is written by Morning Hosel. Quite confused. We'll discuss some points regarding this one, this book, the first one. There are a few points to be discussed. First one is that important part is it has got an introduction by Haniman. This is the first one. Introduction by Haniman. Gave its English translation. English translation was given by whom? Who translated this Repertory of Antisodic Medicines? See, these things should be fresh in your mind. You have already, like, it's not too long, you passed a fourth year. This was Boger's first word.
C.M. Boger.
You know it, then why are you not telling? 1900. How many drugs does it have? How many drugs? It has got 50 drugs, out of which 50 are antisodic, one is antisyphilitic, mercury, and one is antipsychotic, Fusion. Then there are 44 chapters and 5 grades. Five grades. Fine. Now, in this book, Boger has said, this quote is very important, that every repertory is useful. Unfortunately, not one is complete. Unfortunately, not one is complete. Said by Boger while translating this. Another thing is that here you have already known that introduction is by Haniman. In this introduction, Haniman has said that the action of medicated globules remain for 18 to 20 years even if opened 1,000 times. Writing it over here. Even if opened 1,000 times, if protected from sunlight and heat. If protected from sunlight and heat. Action of medicated globules remains for 18 to 20 years even if opened 1,000 times, if protected from sunlight and heat. Tell me after you are done. Now, Czar's repertory is also important from your MCQ point of view. Fine. Czar had been told to compile a repertory by Hannibal, but at that time he was having his final year exams, so he was not at all interested in all this. What he did was he took a volume of chronic disease, he simply cut out the symptoms and pasted it under different headings. Okay. Cut out the symptoms of chronic disease. And pasted under different headings. But he did this alphabetically. The whole thing is in manuscript form, preserved in Robert Bosch Museum, Hospital Museum in Germany. In 1835, you get Tsar's repertory, very important question. This comes now and then. The Tsar's repertory, this had got
सेकंड पॉइंट क्या बोला मैम आपने ऊपर लिखा है जो
कौन सा बोलो
सेकंड पॉइंट
इस बार
मैं सबसे ऊपर जो लिखा है मैम
ये वाला
यस मैम
अच्छा Robert Bosch Hospital, the same where that Ruckert's manuscript is kept, you wrote na, the same hospital. Tsar's repertory is, it has got 3 volumes, and the third volume it has got 200 pages. Third volume it has got 200 pages. Acha, who is the father of repertory?
वोनिंगसन
Who is the father of clinical repertory?
Morning
Ah, who is the father of clinical
क्लार्क
repertory?
Jahar.
Tsar. Why? This is the reason. The third volume it had got a repertory of glands. Note the titles: glands, bones, mucous membranes. So he focused on the clinical part, right? Ducts and skin disease. He is the first to focus on these things. That is why he is known as the father of clinical repertory, because of this third volume. Fine.
मैम sometimes answer is given Herman sir father of repertory then ma'am what will be the question
Father of repertory is always Boni Hussain. Okay.
okay ma'am
Okay. How to remember all these years? Simple. Just add 12 for the first time, and you get Czar's manual of Metra and Repertory. Then add 6, you get Czar's new manual. Again add 6, you get Czar's new manual plus the Possart's edition. So who told Repertory is essentially an index? I think we had discussed this in the last class.
10, sir.
Repertory is essentially an index. Told. Anyone else? Good. The need of repertory comes from the character of humanity itself. Who told this?
Ma'am, please, ma'am.
The need of the repertory comes from the character of homeopathy itself. Who told this?
Ma'am, please, ma'am.
No,
Elizabeth, right?
Bartle Clunker. What happened to you? I think I discussed this last class, isn't it? You are not at all revising. See, MCQ means it is not just 1 or 2 subjects. Whatever you have read for 4.5 years, technically you will have to sit in the exam handling all those subjects. There are all total 21 subjects, if I'm not wrong. So if you don't revise, this is a large subject, the major subjects. If you don't revise time to time, what will happen? Exam ke time mein the questions will seem familiar, answers will not seem familiar. And MCQ is about accuracy. It is like I used to like jokingly tell that MCQ answers, the options are like 4 quadruplets have been placed. Twins, triplets, quadruplets. So identical quadruplets have been placed together. You have to identify among that. They are so close options. So if you don't revise from now onwards, if you don't be serious, it is very, very problematic. Last way, don't get time for revision. Okay, have you done this? This slide has been completed. Yes or no?
मैम लास्ट में क्या लिखा? नीड ऑफ रिपोर्टरी कम्स फ्रॉम
Character of homeopathy itself. Barthel and Clunker gave this quotation. This quote was told by them. This is a bit long. First you write it, then you tell me, then I will discuss. Acha, this is not Crawford Muller, this is T, huh? Crawford Muller. It is a like typing mistake. Write it and tell me. Then we discuss. Okay, Brian's, this will be homeopathic medicines. Pocket manual of repertory of homeopathic medicines. Okay. Written. It is done or not? Only few points. How much time you are taking? Be a little bit fast.
Yes, ma'am.
Done. See, headings. This one comes very frequently. First repertory published in English language from Allentown Academy. Laffite's was the first original repertory in French. I have seen this question somewhere. Lautermuller's systemic alphabetical repertory. Bryan's pocket manual of repertory of medicines. Who gave the first Indian repertory? By whom? What was it written? First Indian repertory?
The Muller.
Father Muller, right? Father Augustus Muller, yes. In which year?
1865.
48.
Use the chat box. It was in 1885. Okay. The name of the book was Manual of Homeopathy. Manual of Homeopathy. Yes, it's Dutch. Dutch Kumar, right. Manual of Homeopathy. Now there are few tricks to remember all these things. These two are quite confusing. Adolf Lippes and C. Lippes, they are father and son. Okay. Adolf Lippe was the father, C. Lippe was the son. They are spaced 25 years apart. You remember any one, add or subtract 25 from it. Among these two, Kent's repertory was based on which repertory? C. Lippe's repertory or Adolf Lippe's repertory? C. Lippe's, Constantine Lippe. Tell me. C. Lippe. So Kent's repertory was based on this repertory. How will you remember? Adolf Lippe's was comparative mathematics. C. Lippe's was C for characteristic. Both are C actually. So this is characteristic. C for characteristic, remember that, not comparative. Okay, C. Lippes was characteristic. Now see, repertory of more characteristic symptom. There is another repertory which has the name most characteristic symptoms. It is there. It's quite confusing. That repertory came in year 1886. The full name of the repertory was a repertory of the most characteristic symptoms of the metromedy. This was written by Winterburn. Okay, so when you are answering, don't answer blindly. Keep these few things in mind when you are answering. Another one important repertory which comes occasionally is 1849. The name was a repertory from Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro. It's written by Benoit New. Benoit. Last one, C, 1859. Ciphers repertory, very important. The names are important. I used to remember it as DADS. Drisdale, Atkins, Dudgeon, and Stokes. Cipher repertory. This was a repertory by the English homeopaths. The original name was something else. It was not cipher. Original name was Repertory of Metra Medica Pura. This again came somewhere. In some year question it came. What was the original name of cipher repertory? So the original name of cipher repertory was Repertory of Metra Medica Pura. Okay. So tell me after you have extra parts, then go to the next part. Done. Yes. To write this, again discuss. So this is wrong. Get it. It's not in therapeutics of fever. Not in Just remember that Worcester Samuel, this repertory was published in 1880. Okay. P.F. Allen's symptom register. The symptom register book, it does not have a separate chapter for mind. No separate chapter for mind. Among these, very, very important are this one, Then this one, this one. This the author names are asked. Okay. Next, author names are generally asked. And symptom register, another point is that there are all the clinically verified and confirmed symptoms. Clinically verified and confirmed symptoms. Okay. After you write down, tell me the next part. Done. Yes or no? Completed.
Yes.
Then we can look at no separate chapter for mind.
Mind, mind. No separate chapter for mind. M-I-N-D, mind. Done or not?
Done.
Yes. Yeah. These are again next set. Just write this. There is nothing to explain over here. Acha, Minton's uterine therapeutics, it has got 178 medicines. It comes. Here, Clark, this one came out in 1884. Best, according to just remember that this Guernsey is none other than W.J. Guernsey. Okay, all the whatever you will see that written books, all everything is written by W.J. Guernsey. He was the first one to prepare card repertory. Okay. All except questions come from here. The repertories which are written by him are on menstruation, then on hemorrhoids, Z aversions, card repertory of diphtheria, and mastitis. I told you last class also that there is another Guernsey, but he has only given contribution to keynote symptoms. He is remembered for that. He hasn't written any books on that. So he is known for keynote symptoms. Do not get confused. Whenever you see any book, any card repertory, do not opt because in the options now, H.A. Guernsey and W.J. Guernsey both will be there. So just remember that William Jefferson Guernsey. William Jefferson Guernsey. Just remember that. Tell me after you are done writing this. Done. Done writing.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Universal repertories we will be discussing details. So just write down that Universal was born in the year 1785. But Adolf Lippe mentions the year as 1787. Adolf Lippe mentioned his birth year as 1787. And he went Dutch University. That's University. Okay. Did we discuss this particular quote that group is more important than a single symptom? Who wrote this? Who told this? This sketch is wonderful. So those who can draw, those who have a like interest in painting, you can try sketching this sometime.
Going as done.
Yes. Is more important than a single symptom, matter how much peculiar it is. Said by Bonnie. Like this, then we will move to the next part.
Yes, ma'am.
Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Like this, these are very basic points. Still, they are important. MCQ questions, if you are very lucky enough, then this can come. They come. Actually, AIPGT is a mixture of tough questions, moderate questions, and very easy questions. So these are given to help the candidate to score. Okay. This kind of questions are also coming. It's not that they do not come. With the principle of analogy, this is known as a doctrine of grand generalization. I hope all of you know what it is.
Yes.
We have already discussed the books which are written by Bonnie. One thing I had forgot to tell over there, just note it down where you have written now about Bonnie words. Just add this particular one. An attempt at homeopathic therapy of intermittent fever. This was another book written by Bonnie. An attempt at homeopathic therapy of intermittent fever. These points, these are all MCQ pointers. They have come. They have come a number of times. Okay. 1834. Another one book was written by Bonnie. The name was Homeopathy. A manual for the non-medical public. A manual for the non-medical public. In 1833, one is this attempt of intermittent fever. Another one was there, very important. Homeopathic diet and complete image of disease. It is asked who wrote the homeopathic diet. So it was written by Bonnie Hussain. The year 1833. Homeopathic diet and a complete image of disease. complete image of disease. Okay. 1853. Acha, you write this. I'll go to the previous slide and write over there. It has some space over there. Otherwise, here it is difficult. यहाँ पे थोड़ा space है. Like I'm writing it over here. 1853. One you have wrote homeopathic domestic physician. Another one was the two sides of human body and relationships. Very important. The sides of human body and relationships. Why this book is important? You all either know or we will be discussing this in the upcoming slides. Another one important one, note it down. It was in 1860. It was in 1860. The name of the book was The Homeopathic Treatment of Whooping Cough in its Various Forms. The homeopathic treatment of whooping cough in its various forms. Its various forms. Complete this and tell me after you have done. Done. Sorry for the this. My pen tab sometimes does like this. Unnecessary script. Written.
Yes, ma'am.
Give me a moment. Now these are the points which we have already discussed. Okay. So if you don't want to repeat it, no problem. Just know that Bonnie Hossen's therapeutic pocketbook was originally written in German language. PTPB was originally written in German language and it was translated into English by Boger. Another important quote, TPB is, in a sense, the parent of all repertories. The parent of all repertories and analysis of the Metria Medica. This was told by Dr. J.H. Clark. Dr. J.H. Clark. Okay, just write this and tell me after you are done. Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, why are you copying everything? Please be fast. Yeah. Probationary remedies. Bonnie Hossen's fourth grade remedies are known as the probationary remedies. Okay. These are generally include from which was gathered from his clinical experience, and he was doubtful about placing them in the third grade. You know that he had given 5 gradations, right? The fifth grade, this comes as question. The fifth grade, known as Roman in parenthesis, the significance of this one is it is used in large number in relationships of remedies. Used in large number in relationships of remedies. Now, Bonningosen had divided his symptoms 2 types. One was the primary and secondary. Primary were the chief complaints and secondary was the concomitant symptoms. We named it like that. Another one was typical and atypical. Typical and atypical. Typical were the common symptoms, and atypical were the individual or concomitant symptoms. And another thing we have already discussed, that symptoms, who divided symptoms as basic and determinative? I think we had discussed this in the last class. Huh?
Garth Boric.
Garth Boric.
Garth Boric.
Very good. Basic and determinative symptoms. This was given by Garth Boric. Okay. Right. So then we will go to the next part. Done. Done. Yes or no?
Yes.
To write this. Written. Yes, completed or not? In 5 points, how much time are you taking?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, see the translations. The first translation was in 1846. It was by an anonymous author. But according to Dr. K.H. Gibson, according to Dr. K.H. Gibson, this anonymous author was Dr. Staff. Second translation, it was by Oki. I'm writing it over here. Second translation, A. Howard Oki. A. Howard Oki in the year 1847. Third translation, this was also in 1847 by Charles Julius Hempel. Charles Julius Hempel. Fourth translation by J. Laurie. J. Laurie. This was based on Dr. Roth's French translation of Whitaker. Based on Dr. Roth's French translation of Whitaker. Fine. Fifth translation we have already discussed. Very, very important. Everything is important. Introduction was given by H. A. Roberts and Annie C. Wilson in 1835. And the last, the sixth translation, was done by George Demetrius in 2000. This is the last one. George Demetrius in the year. So note these things, then we will proceed to the next one.
Ma'am, sixth edition, George.
Demetrius. Dimitriads. George Demetrius. Done. Done, yes or no? Huh? So, PPP, the full name of the book is this one, as you can see, and there are quite a number of translations. Okay, the first translation was in 1846 by an anonymous author. According to Dr. K.H. Gipser, this anonymous author was Dr. Staff. Second translation and third translation, both were in the year 1847. Second one was by A. Howard Oakey, and third one by Charles Julius Hempel. Fourth translation was done by J. Laurie. This fourth translation was based on the French translation of Dr. Roth of the BTB. Fifth translation is a very important one. In 1891 by T.F. Allen, he had added another book, Sides of Human Body and Relationship. And lastly, introduction was given by H.A. Roberts and Annie C. Wilson in the year 1935. We have the last translation by George Demetrius in the year 2000. Thank you. So these are the total number of medicines. These are frequently asked. Just remember one thing, that BTPB, there is one chapter, sensation and complaints in general. But in repertory of antisonics, the same chapter was named as generalities. That generalities chapter was changed to sensations in BTP. Okay, now this, whatever you are seeing, you know this, all of these are important. These are asked very frequently. Just copy it. Tell me after you are done.
Done.
Done. Okay. Now see, these were the 4 medicines deducted by Allen. First you copy this, then we will discuss something interesting. But first you copy this thing. Done. Written.
Yes, ma'am.
This comes as MCQ. Okay. Now pay attention over here, please. This is something interesting. H.A. Roberts has written the introduction. Just now we discussed. Now H.A. Roberts in this introduction to BTPP in the part relationship of remedies, he has discussed about concentric circles of similarity by Jocelyn. Concentric circles of similarity by Jocelyn. Okay. What does it say? It says that the nearer the center, the smaller the circle. And higher the ratio of similarity. Ratio of similarity. Now, suppose I draw a circle. Okay. This is the center. Now you tell me, based on similarity, which is more towards the center, isopathy or homeopathy? More towards the center is isopathy or homeopathy in this place. It is telling that more similar should be near the center. So which one is more similar, isopathy or homeopathy?
Homeopathy.
No, isopathy is more near the center. Isopathy is the closest, antipathy is the farthest, and homeopathy is after that, over here. After isopathy is homeopathy. Okay. Homeopathy is similar but not same, right? But isopathy is just near the center. Okay. Let's write it, then we will go to the next part. Done. This came in which year, AIPGT? this question from this concentric circles of similarity. It came in the year 2019 AIPCT paper. If you go through it, I don't know whether you are going through it or not. If you go through it, you will get this question. Concentric circles of similarity, it has come. Related to which book or given by who? It was like that, something of that sort. So remember that BTPB and Jocelyn, originally given by, idea was given by Jocelyn. H.A. Roberts has discussed it, the introduction to BTPB. Done. So no, these few things, how much time you are taking? Fundamental concepts, you all know what are complete symptoms. I'm not going into the details. Just remember that this doctrine of grand generalization, this was criticized by Kent. This was criticized by Kent. Doctrine of concomitant, this was criticized by Herring. And lastly, concordance, this was praised by Kent. These things come as MCQs. Criticized what? Who praised what? Concordance was praised by Kent. Now, related to concomitant, I want to share another quote. I forgot whereas I have told this before or not. Regardless, you write it down. The concomitant symptoms is the totality what the conditions of aggravation and amelioration is to the single symptom. Who told this? Told this. H.A. Roberts told this. Acha, you write it, then we will put the next one. Those things we have already discussed about this. Still, if you think you have to write this, you can. Only the 5th grade is asked. Just for information, 1st grade is italics based. No one will ask you that which grade is marked by which type of one will ask you. Done. Write the plan construction. Total it has got 7 sections. Mind and intellect. This is important. Mind has got 18 rubrics. Intellect has got 17 rubrics. And the oldest edition, it was mind and soul. Parts of the body and organs, it has got 32 subchapters. Just write it. Please be a little faster, otherwise won't be able to complete this part also good. Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Write this. Done. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the last part of this thing. Know that mental rubrics are also present in aggravation. 17 mental rubrics are given in aggravation chapter. Under the rubric excitement emotional. T.F. Allen, he changed the heading sensation and complaints into sensation. Now look at this part. Relationship of remedies. This has got 12 rubrics under it. Among this, there is one mandatory thing. Other remedies, which have a general relationship with the main remedy. Okay. Other than that, antidote and injurious, these two rubrics are not always present. Antidote and injurious, not always present. Fine. The name was changed from concordance to relationship of remedies by T.F. Allen. And originally it has, but now it has got 142 remedies in the relationship part. There are 142 remedies. T.F. Allen had added 21 remedies. T.F. Allen had added 21 remedies over here. Added 21 remedies. Done.
From 21 remedies added.
Originally there was 121. He added 21 in relationship part. That makes it 142. Okay.
Ma'am, it is 141 to 142.
142.
Somewhere else is given 141.
Then check through the source book. Get hold of the original book. Check over there.
In SKT it is written
It is,
141.
कहाँ पे?
yes, ma'am, it is 141.
SKT 141. For answer, most probably
Where it is
141
given?
is more correct.
Where it is given? 141.
SKT.
You go through the original book. Okay, I will check once. I will let you know. The next class I'll confirm this. Fine.
And this question came in UPPSC also. The answer was 141 only.
Okay, I will check through the. If you can get hold of the source book. Source book one obviously beautiful. If you can get hold of there, just check through it. Otherwise, I will check once. Okay, I will cross check it again. I'll let you know. Don't worry. Okay, can we proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, these are, don't have to write anything. We already discussed all these things. Okay, just skipping this. Acha, this is very, very important. Mind and intellect rubrics. You will always get questions from this. This, just note that this amativeness and mistrust, these two rubrics are absent in Kent's repertory. This has come in some question paper. Amativeness and mistrust. Absent in Kent's repertory. First rubric of mind, disposition, generally affected. Disposition generally affected is a rubric of mind. This comes as question. Now remember that all the rubrics starting with A, all are placed under mind. Mental rubrics starting with A, placed under mind, except activity. Activity is placed under intellect. Indifference is the only rubric starting with I which is placed under mind. Acha, done writing this. Yes or no? Can we proceed? +18, 17, total 35 rubrics. Please learn it by heart. Because they will just randomly pick up one rubric and where it is found, mind and intellect separately, you will have to identify. Done, yes or no?
Yes.
See, activity is placed under intellect. All the rubrics starting with I, these are all over here except indifference. Except indifference. Indifference is placed under mind. Note that what I go is placed under intellect. Confusion placed under intellect. Unconsciousness under intellect.
Previous slide, please.
Previous slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Done.
Yes, ma'am.
This one everyone is written. This is the last slide. This class. So go through the topics. I hope you do not have any queries. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat box. Thank you all. If you have any questions, just please drop it in the chat box. Okay. No questions. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.